Здравствуйте, друзья! В эфире программа «Гуру Маркетинга». С вами я, Ираклию Беселидзе. И помогать мне сегодня будет несравненная Катя Левина. Катя, привет!
Привет, Иракли!
Кроме того, у нас еще очень необычная программа, потому что наши гости из Америки. И беседу нам придется вести на английском языке, но, тем не менее, мы обеспечим вас переводом. Итак, у нас сегодня в гостях, Катя, представь, пожалуйста, наших гостей.
Let me introduce our guest, Таркан Манер, the president of the Wyse company, and Елена Сорокина, the general manager of VAT.
Hi, Tarkan. Hello, Lena.
Hello.
Hello.
Irakli. Hello.
Привет.
How are you in Moscow?
Fantastic. Minus 20 grad Celsius. I'm keeping warm.
Okay, Tarkan, please tell to our audience about the company, about Wyse, about Wyse, about your concept.
Thank you. Spasibo. And Irakli and Katya, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for the RTV's opportunity for us to talk about a little bit Dell and Wyse. Wyse has been a company for 31 years, started actually in 1980, 81 time frame. And Wyse stands for Mr. Wu, Yi, husband Se, and wife Se. So 4 founders out of Hong Kong in China. And the company did very well in the PC era with green screen terminals. These terminals with no brain.
What does it mean?
Basically these devices are like a PC but with not much inside them. So the company did very well. And later in the 90s, the company started doing badly against the PC industry. So basically we came in with my investors and we bought this company in 2005. In 2005 we were about $30 million company and basically started this new concept called thin client. Typical PC, $1,000, there's a hard disk inside, all the applications and operating systems run in it, and because of the hard disk it creates heat. Since it creates heat, you need to have a fan, and that fan also moves and creates a lot of energy and a lot of heat. That's why a PC requires about 300 watts of energy to run. A typical thin client runs only on 20 watts because there is no hard disk, nothing on them. Everything is in the server, in the cloud, applications, data, and the operating system. And you have a simple device, very small, brings all that content to you from the cloud. And rather than 300 watts, it only uses 20 watts. Wyse thin clients, which we call zero clients with nothing on them, they run 2 to 3 watts, and under 12 watts you can get your electricity from the power cord. So there is no power cord anymore. The electricity comes from the Ethernet, what we call power over Ethernet. So there is no power cord, everything from the internet, and a green computing device, all the application and cloud, everything is in the server somewhere else, nothing in the device. If you lose it, there is no security issue, no information in them. So we created this concept in 2005-2006 timeframe and grew our business 100% year over year. In 2012, just past February, we sold it to Dell Corporation and created this business unit called Wyse. Yelena Sorokina, my friend here, my best friend in Russia, after you. So Yelena is my distributor, and she's been the distributor for Wyse corporate for how many years?
1991.
Since 1991.
Yeah.
And you started when you were 5 years old. So we've been doing business for a long time together. Every year we're here, usually December, because I love Moscow, minus 20. Pumps us up and do a lot of business together.
Okay, Elena, please tell us about your business in Moscow. How is it going here in Russia?
Yes, sure. We started in 1991 with GPT terminals. It was before PC era, and we was very successful because our customer was like DHL, for example, or central bank. But sure, after that it was a long period without big success because PC era came, and at last in 1995 we started with thin clients. And sure, Wyse and now it's Wyse is a world leader in the world, absolutely. But we have very good and huge projects here, like it seems to me for 5 years maybe. It's also financial areas, Central Bank or Sberbank, or Raiffeisen Bank, as MTS.
So you're big in financial
very
services.
popular.
Yeah,
very popular.
Now
So you are serving all these clients, MTS and
Yes.
Sberbank and Raiffeisen.
Yeah.
They are all of your clients.
It's
We
a
speak
huge
about
success.
clients because Wyse has not only hardware, they also have very good software solution for us. First of all, as a Wyse device manager, it's possible to administrate all thousands of devices from one place. It's very important, and this is one of the hugest projects in Europe was in Deutsche Bank, for example, 30,000 devices. It seemed to me 3 or 4 years ago, and now we start, and our revenue of Wyse is growing every year 40%. Sure, it's unbelievable. And our
In Russia?
in Russia more. In Russia more. But sure, this is direction of business is very interesting. Not only Wyse, so we have a lot of comparisons. It's we understand it, but Wyse number one in the world.
How do you say number one in Russian?
In Russia, it seems to me, unfortunately, HP now. But Wyse will be. I'm sure Wyse will be the first because if we take Fortune Tour, the famous 100 huge companies, 82% of this list used Wyse devices.
So what is the differentiation between the concept of HP, which I saw is like you have a one normal PC and a lot of zero clients connected to it, and Wyse, which is zero client connected to the cloud? Is it the difference between HP and Wyse or not?
So here's the deal. Irakli, this is a good question. In this industry, there are many different manufacturers that are creating these thin client type of devices. Basically devices with no hard disk, nothing in them. Wyse is the original manufacturer, and we have the patent for this. We own this patent, but we don't sue anybody because we want this industry to grow.
In whole Europe or only in
Globally,
Russia?
globally. So the reason we're in Russia because Russia is one of our emerging markets, and we spend a lot of investment and work closely with our distributors like Fiat. So having said all this, there are many manufacturers. The difference of Wyse is not only the hardware, but what we do with our software. In this new era of computing, it's all about 5 things. We're all going social media, all going mobile with mobile devices like Apple and Android, iOS, Windows 8, all virtual. Virtualization is a big deal to cut cost and create security, and all convergence in the backend, in the data centers with storage, networking, servers becoming one solution, one fabric. And in the front end, in the past, we had a phone, we had a PC, we had a TV. 3 discrete, separate devices. Now, Wyse with software.
We also had calculators.
Exactly.
Watches. So on.
So all these things are being converged now into one system. Now, as Wyse, we create with our software devices and firmware and software a platform which is your phone, TV, and PC all in one, under $300, all virtualized, cloudified. We are the only company who does that. So social, mobile, virtual, converged. And the last piece is contextual. Since we move all the data to the cloud, because we don't have any hard disk in the devices, now there is more information in the cloud, in the data centers. Since there's more information, next big step in the IT industry is now to farm that information for more business intelligence, to make better decisions, to create more opportunities for businesses and also human beings. To give you an example, are you familiar with an application called Yelp?
No.
It's a US application on iPhone or Android.
On iPhone,
it's an application. So Yelp is an application, just to give you a simple idea, is a location-based services application. You travel, you go to a restaurant and eat sushi.
Like Foursquare.
Like Foursquare.
Yeah.
It learns from your experience, and then it starts suggesting you when you travel
Like
to
a
Moscow.
Facebook, for
Exactly.
example.
When I come to Moscow, then all of a sudden it starts giving me suggestions. For instance, oh, you like sushi in one city. Now you're in another city. Since you like sushi, these are the suggestions I give it to you. When you think about this,
But
this
it
all
should be very difficult
Exactly.
to organize.
Yeah, normally it's difficult, Katya. You're absolutely right. But now with cloud computing, with these type of devices, everything is in the cloud. Now the systems can get more contextual about who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing, where are you doing, and how you're going to do. In today's world, when you go to Google or any kind of a web service and type, I'm just making this up, Irakli, or you type,
Irakli is very famous.
I know, he's very famous, and he's from Georgia.
Tarkan is even more famous in Russia.
They're both singers. But if you go type a word, I'm just making this up, you type Russia, you get maybe 7 million results on Google. Russian food, Russian cities, Russian tourism, Russian music, Russian movies, or whatever.
Corruption.
Or maybe that. I was trying to stay positive. Katya. But let's assume all those results, right? When you think about it, the system does not understand what the context is. Now, as we move forward in the next era, what I call the contextual era, in the next decade, the systems are going to get so smart, it's going to understand our context. Who are we? Where are we coming from? Where are we doing research for? Why? And how we want the results to be tabulated. In the future, when Katya does a research for Russia, the system is going to understand. Katya lives in Moscow. She's Russian. She's looking for, I'm just making this up, for a Russian cuisine restaurant, and it's going to give only 7 results. And since you are in a specific location, maybe the restaurant in that location nearest you, because you don't want to walk in 20 minus degrees, in the cold. Think about this context. I'm joking a little bit.
What about the safety? It's very important in
very
Moscow.
important. You're absolutely right. So all of these
If
things.
I don't want anybody to see where I am,
Absolutely,
or
the privacy
something like
is usually,
this.
you're absolutely right. So going social, mobile, virtual, converged, and contextual in the cloud is the next big thing. But Katya, you asked the right question, absolutely right. I know you're not in information technology space, but as a consumer, you're worried about your privacy.
Safety is
So
very important.
security, manageability, availability, reliability, total cost of ownership, the cost, the financial cost, and scalability are the 6 big things. We call these things smarts as a mnemonic, the first initials for these 6 words. Security, manageability, availability, reliability, TCO, total cost of ownership, and scale, smarts. Everything has to be smart in some shape or form. For us to be successful as businesses, also as consumers, around this new era called social, mobile, virtual, converged, and contextual.
Well, it sounds like fantastic, but
Like
tell me
next
how.
generation.
So how you are going to teach these servers and cloud services to know, to analyze all this big data they have inside? Because in the Google, it's everything about anything. You can find any information, but it's quite difficult to retrieve the right one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
how do you teach this system to be so contextual, to understand the context?
Very good. So look, at the end of the day, Wyse and Wyse as a whole company, as Dell, we're all about infrastructure. We don't do necessarily applications. We're all about the infrastructure. We provide the data center infrastructure with storage, server, networking as one fabric, the software to secure and manage and connect the data center with the client and user platforms. And as an end user platform, as you know, Dell does PCs, and Wyse unit is focused on zero clients and cloud clients.
Tarkan, just a moment, please.
Sure.
We have to interrupt. Advertising on Pro Business TV channel. Здравствуйте, друзья! В эфире программа «Гуру Маркетинга». Я ее ведущий Ираклию Беселидзе. Помогает мне сегодня вести программу Катя Левина. Катя, привет!
Привет снова, Ираклий.
Сегодня у нас необычная программа. У нас гости из Соединенных Штатов Америки, поэтому программу мы ведем по-английски, а Катя представит наших гостей еще раз.
Let me introduce our guest, Tarkan Manер, the president of Wyse company, and Елена Сорокина, the general manager of Vyse.
So, Tarkan, as we have a marketing show here, please tell us about marketing case of Wyse.
Sure. Actually, it's a multifaceted marketing story when you think about it, Irakli. Wyse was founded, as we mentioned in the earlier segments, in 1981 as a green screen terminal PC company, and then did very well, and then failed early 2000s, and we bought it in 2004, 2005 timeframe as a bankrupt company. So it was a brand at that time, 25 plus years old. when I came on and bought the company with my investors, the first question was, should we change the name? Because as you know, all those other cool companies have names like Google, Yahoo, Facebook, all, zinkyzink.com, right? Everything is .com and, like a Contacte. Everybody is like so happy, new. And Wyse, 20-year-old brand. The first question was, should we change? And in my segment, since our customer segment is enterprise, I believed in the brand. And we had great distributors like Elena in Russia who's been investing in this brand for the past 20 years. So changing the name would be the wrong decision for this context, right? So what we said...
You were losing all this asset of Wyse.
Exactly.
Because Wyse was already popular,
of course.
by the time.
At that time, Wyse was already popular, been an industry leader for a long time. You have distributors and partners like Yelena around the world. They invested in the brand. All that investment and the company you're starting again, the brand has great brand equity in the back end. So what we decided is keep the brand. What we need to do is repolish the brand. Focus on the brand with the right solutions. Take advantage of this new era around social, mobile, virtual, converged, contextual in the cloud. What we've done, rather than focusing on terms like thin clients, thin computing, server-based computing, which is difficult, old school terminology, what we said, this is all about cloud. So we started investing in software for cloud around, Katya, you mentioned earlier, security, manageability, availability, reliability, total cost of ownership and scale. And with that cloud marketing, Irakli, what we've done is created a mini cloud company from a client perspective. This is the key thing in the industry, in marketing. Rather than following everybody else, lead. Create your own segment and lead in it. So we started a new segment called Cloud Client Computing, completely brand new in 2006 timeframe. Cloud Client Computing, and we were the only vendor in it, and our revenues were growing, so we were the #1 market shareholder. Today, we're #1 around the world in terms of unit sales. So Cloud Client Computing became so fashionable. As a matter of fact, Elena's CTO, Sasha Tarasov, comes to me yesterday and say, Tarkan, Wyse brand is so sexy now in Russia. Oh. It's like Hermes. It's like Louis Vuitton of the computers. People want to buy Wyse, even though there might be some local vendor, maybe cheaper product, because your software is so secure, so manageable. People want to buy a Wyse product because it's the luxury brand of technology.
So you are an Apple of cloud computing.
In a sense, you know what? I get this a lot. We're kind of like a Apple brand for the desktop computing from the cloud. So this is the reason we've done so well with the branding and marketing with the right channels, like Viat, with Elena in Russia and everywhere else in the world, like Brazil, Turkey, South Africa, you name the country. So all of a sudden, Irakli, what happened? Dell came in and bought us because Dell needed the transformation. So within Dell now, with Dell, we're transforming the industry with cloud client computing and cloud in the back end.
So a question. The old Wyse brand, you told me about green screen terminals, yes?
Correct.
Was it somehow associated to the zero client or not? In concept, I mean.
Originally, it wasn't necessarily, but over the past 20 years, the Wyse 1.0, right, from 1981 until we bought it in 2005, 2004 timeframe, in that timeframe, Wyse was associated for sure with server-based computing, or also known as thin clients. However, there was no association to social, mobile, virtual, converged, contextual,
there was
cloud.
no social,
no association.
mobile.
So what we've done is when we came in, to Katya's point and your point earlier, and Elena talked about it a little bit, we created that association with the brand. But you cannot just do marketing without the substantiated solutions in the back end. We also invested heavily into our products, in our field organization, our great channel partners like Yelena Sorokina with Viat in Russia, and we made sure we have the substantiation for that brand equity. So only marketing by itself is not going to get you all the things you win, as you know. You're a marketing expert in Russia, Irakli, you know this better than I do. You need to have the right product, right customer intimacy, customer relationship, partner intimacy, partner relationship. We love each other. We work very closely with each other. There's a trust, and relationship is so tight, very important in business. Our relationship as partners is important, right? And tying to that is operational excellence. Customer and partner intimacy, operational excellence, and innovation with the brand and innovation with the products create success. And that's the reason Dell acquired us, and now within Dell, let me give you a little bit of example. When we sold our company, our revenue was $400 million last year. This year, just past quarter, we closed $300 million in one quarter. We're running almost $1 billion to $1.2 billion run rate now after 1 year. This only happens because of the right branding, right customer focus, and right IP focus.
But you are mostly focused on B2B, right?
Correct.
At the moment.
Correct.
So
we're an enterprise company today. But as we move forward into the future, Katya, you asked this question earlier as well. Is this like similar to iCloud? In a sense, we are the iCloud for the enterprise. But as we move forward as Wyse, as Dell, we're also looking into opportunities in the consumer space through our relationships with telcos, like MTS, like Megaphone, like Beeline. How can we partner with cloud service providers, telcos specifically, to reach the consumer from an enterprise perspective? We have a new zero client. We're going to announce this in January in Las Vegas, United States at CES. Famous show called Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. We're planning to announce a new platform, completely new platform for zero clients. It's going to change the industry in a way. And it's going to touch both consumer and the enterprise.
So, well, how do you understand the utilizing your platform by MTS, for example, to the end consumers?
So let's think about any telco.
Are there any kind of purpose?
Of course.
It should be difficult to find a partner, especially in Moscow, in Russia, I mean.
Very good question, Katya. Good question, Irakli. So we work with telcos very heavily because telcos are very special in the industry, in the IT industry. By the way, in the past, telcos and IT industry usually competed against each other. Now, as we move forward into the next generation of social, mobile, virtual, converged, contextual in the cloud, you will see more and more telcos and IT companies and content providers like Time Warner, like Disney, getting together for the right purpose, for the sole purpose, for a common purpose. So we work a lot with companies like SoftBank in Japan, Telstra in Australia, Singtel in Singapore. We're working with Deutsche Telekom in Germany, BT in Britain, AT&T in the US, Telefonica in Spain and Brazil, and of course, a lot of work we do with MTS, with Beeline, with Megaphone, through Elena, through our partners here in Russia, with the telcos here. So some of our solutions are for the enterprise solutions within the telco, and some of it is our dreams combining our partnership with the telcos to provide desktop as a service, desktop cloud services for the consumer, at home, at work, or on the go. We have solutions with iPhone. We have solutions with Android. We have a solution called Pocket Cloud. It's an application you can download for free from any app store or Google Play, download it to your Android phone, Windows 8 phone, or your iPhone, and basically connects you to your any kind of a Windows service in the back end.
And how much is it? How much do we need to pay for this kind of?
It's a free application. It's a free
Even
application.
the service.
Please download it right now. Where is your phone? Download this.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
do it.
And our win is through maybe advertising, speaking of marketing, and that's where Irakli comes in.
So about thin clients. So when can we expect merging mobile with the thin client, with zero client? So we can use a mobile, switch it to the keyboard and the monitor, and use it as a computer. Absolutely. So are you going to produce such a kind of devices?
Very good question, Irakli. And this is a very contextual question. Timing is perfect for this. There are such devices today. Our vision is, rather than creating a new device for that, have a complete software approach. So when you think about a Pocket Cloud, from any kind of a app store, Apple App Store or Google Play, you're now connecting with this app. With one click, you're connecting to any of your possible Windows PCs, or Mac PCs, or Mac books, at home, at work, or on the go. So all of a sudden, you're creating your personal cloud that you own in your own personal network.
What is the difference between the Apple device? For example, we've got the same thing between Mac and Apple, and iPhone, iPad.
Sure. So
I already have this kind of device.
Exactly, Katya. You might have an iPad, for instance. You might have a MacBook at home.
Yeah,
or you might have also a Windows PC.
And there is a special program, special app.
Correct. So what we do is basically, Katya, with our app.
What is the difference?
The difference is all these PC type of devices you have a hard disk. All this data is all over the place, static. This is the problem with the PCs and MacBooks. They're all static and separate all over the place. Maybe one is in your office right here in the studio. Maybe you have a PC at home. Maybe your parents have another PC in another home. Now with Pocket Cloud, on your iPhone or on your Android device. You do one click and you see all your PCs virtually in the cloud. You click on that PC and now you have your files.
So
now
it can be useful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you are at work, at home, on the go, or in Belek in Turkey on vacation, and you're doing a click and you're in your Windows PC. And Irakli is calling you, I need that press release today. Rather than going home, connecting PC, from your iPhone, you can connect that press release document in your Windows PC or MacBook in Moscow from Belek, Turkey, all in the cloud. That changes the game.
What about if someone will steal my phone or something like this? What I should do with it?
Beautiful story, beautiful question.
Guys,
yeah.
excuse me, we are really short of time.
You're killing me. It's a great question.
It's only 1 minute left, you know?
Go.
So I'm asking you, please, do you have any kind of advices to marketing guys in Russia or whatever? Because usually our guests are telling some interesting about marketing. Some advice about it.
So here's since the time is too short, I believe this theme. You know Hannibal from Carthage in the history, who conquered Sicily with elephants coming from the Alps, right? The story is, there is always a way, you will find the way in some shape or form, and if there is no way, build the way. So I believe in marketing and advertising and in brand building, there is always a way. If there's no way, you build a way in creative ways. I believe you need to have passion for a product, for your company, for your asset, for your service, whatever that is, and find a way to tell the story all the time, just like I'm telling right now. What did I do? I'm coming to Moscow, -20. I said, Katya, Irakli, let's get on TV and talk about that Wyse. That's my story.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Tarkan.
Спасибо.
Thank you, Elena.
Пожалуйста.
Thank you for coming to our program. Dear friends, we are saying goodbye. Bye-bye. It was Irakli and Katya Lovina today. Bye.
Bye.